arccos cosine 0. How to read the arccos cosine 0 from this table? If we were counting, let's detach for a moment from this arccos. If we were counting cosine 0, then we would calculate the cos, find the angle 0 here, and we would have cos 0 at the intersection, which is 1. However, if we want to calculate the arccosine of something, we use this table as if in the other direction. Inverse cosine of something. Here we find 0 in this row, after which here, that is now I am showing this. If we cut the arc from 0, that's it. Here is 0, and we read this value. So the result will be pi over 2. So because cos and arccos are inverse functions, cos of pi halves is 0, so arc cosine 0 is pi halves. Like reading this table the other way around. Arccos of 1/2 would be pi over 3. Alright, now we have a problem with the negative angle. Sin of angle minus pi over 2. I can't read sin p2 here right away, it's p2, but there is no sin p2. I use this property, sin of a negative angle. So sin, for example, as in our case minus half of pi, it would be minus sin of this angle. So we have minus, sinus, and the second one. The sin of pi over 2 is already read from the table. The sin of pi over 2 will be the result here 1. So the total will be minus 1, right? Simple use of this table. What else? Arc is cotangent of 2c. Attention. Arc is cotangent of a negative angle with minus the root of 3. I'm moving on to the arc is cotangent of a negative angle. You have to disarm it like this. Look. So here the number pi at the beginning will be pi minus the arccotangent of this angle. According to this formula here, p minus inverse cotangent of the square root of 3. Sorry, not from the angle. The inverse cotangent is not calculated from the angle, but from the value, here from the number of the square root of 3. So it will be pi minus arctan of square root of 3. We read the arctan of the square root of 3 from the table backwards. Here we find the square root of 3, and the result will be that. So it will be pi minus 1/6 of pi. So the common denominator of pi and pi sixths pi is the same as 6 pi divided by 6, right? Minus pi sixths. So in the common denominator I rewrite 6. 6p pi will be 5/6. pp sixths, that's 5/6. So the arc is cotangent of minus the root of 3 is calculated. So this is how we're going to use this table for negative accounts. We're going to take this, right? And here, read it once in such a way, for example, tangent from p6. So would I equals this? And the arctan of 1, for example, equals that. I hope the technique of using this table is understandable. Print this table. It is included in the course materials.